that you have to have a financial plan that says, what if interest rates take off? Do I have enough income? What if taxes take off? Do I have enough income? What if the stock market does this, that, or that? Do I have enough certainty in my plan that I can lay my head down at night and be okay with it?
We've been doing this for 20 years and serving hundreds of families. We're going to bring solutions to your situation.
How do you choose a financial advisor? How do you know who you should
That's
work
the
with?
value of that 210 core, moving everything towards a purpose on purpose.
Hey everybody, welcome to your Retirement Blueprint podcast today. My name's Kendall Stahl and I'm here with the bald-headed Mr. Phil Cooper.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show.
What are we going to talk about today?
You and I were talking about something we thought we wanted to get out right away to people about the uncertainty of the times.
It's true.
There's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things going on. There's always been a lot of things going on, but it's just kind of like there's an escalation of things.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of uncertainty. We wanted to just bring some wisdom, some direction to the people today.
Well, I hear you have an awesome tip of the day too at the end of the show. And yeah, it's going to be good. We got something we're going to give away too.
We do.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What I'm pretty salty because this past weekend I had to go to Topeka, Kansas. Okay. So the middle of nowhere. And your daughter had the audacity to take my kids and go to Florida and just hang out there while I'm stuck at home working.
That's the point?
You got no advice for me.
That was the
You got no advice.
You're looking for
me.
marital advice.
I was
right
looking
now.
for marital advice.
In front of the vast array of people looking for financial wisdom, you're
I
wanting
just
me
don't
to.
know how you could raise a daughter like that.
You folks hit the pause button for a moment. I'm going to give marital advice to my son-in-law. Let me tell you, here's the best advice I can give you, buddy. Ready?
You just nod and say yes.
Make mama happy. That's all you have to worry about. Make her happy. Make mama's happy. Everyone's happy. What's that old saying? Happy wife.
Happy life.
Happy life. There's the advice, dude.
She did get to go see her grandma on her birthday.
32 years of marriage.
Yeah.
How did I do it?
That's longer than I've been alive, right?
It is longer than you've been alive. I've dated that beautiful, lovely lady for 37 years.
Okay. She's a saint.
And my best marital advice is this. Happy wife, happy life.
Oh, man. Well, we have a pretty good life right now. It's a little better than a few people at the moment. But we've had a lot of people worried about what's going on in the world. And so today we're going to talk about retiring in uncertain times, which sure have been uncertain lately, the past couple of years. Come out of a pandemic and we go right into a bunch of unrest in the world, I guess.
We have, but let me tell you how I live my life, okay? I'm not telling anyone how to live their life. I'm going to tell you it sure worked for me. I'm going to tell you because you're my son-in-law, but for the rest of you, I'm going to tell you that there are uncertain times. They really are. It's uncertain.
It's nothing new, really.
Solomon in the Bible, Book of Ecclesiastes, he says there's nothing new under the sun. And I would believe that. It's just packaged differently. It's got a different colored bow on it. Maybe it looks like a war in Russia, Ukraine. Maybe it looks like a worldwide pandemic. It's just uncertainty.
Yeah.
And it's been here since the beginning of time, and it'll be here till the end of time.
Yep.
Sometimes they're escalated. We're in one of those escalated things where it's got like 4 or 5 or 10 things going on at once. But that'll all kind of go away, and it'll be the next thing down the road.
Yeah.
It's been the next thing for my 54 years of life.
I think one of the things that I found is that the folks that are worried about the uncertain times, everybody's worried about it, obviously, but like the people that it really affects are folks that don't have any sort of a plan. It's just kind of been like they either have been doing stuff on their own investment wise, or they're with an advisor that was really just I'm going to say a portfolio builder, or all they're doing is focusing on what you're doing.
Yeah, they
with
don't have
your
a financial
dollars.
plan.
They don't have a whole plan.
Yeah. You know, an uncertainty, what are you looking for? When uncertainty comes into your life, I'll ask you all this question too. I don't care if it's political uncertainty or maybe you got a medical scare going on in your life, you got a marital problem going on, you got a kid problem going on, whatever. Whatever you label your uncertainty, what are you looking for in that uncertainty? Certainty.
I was going to say certainty. I didn't know if that was the right answer or not.
When the ground starts to shake, we want something solid to hang on to, right?
Yeah.
A financial plan is that very thing. So when the stock market starts reeling, when interest rates start climbing, when inflation all of a sudden takes off into who knows where it goes, when Russia starts beating up on Ukraine, we're looking for something to grab onto and hang on to.
Yeah.
Some of those things we cannot control. Most of those things we cannot control. However, we can control ourselves, and we can control our own situations when it comes to our finances. So if we have a good financial plan in place that says, oh, look, I can see here that we do have inflation built in. Oh, I feel better. I can see here that if the market's rock and roll, I have a plan in place because I've done something about this. I can see here if taxes go this way, that way, or this way. Oh, look, I've already planned for that. So that financial plan can be our thing to hold on to. That can be our rock of Gibraltar that we reach our arms around and grab that thing that's unmovable in a time that the world seems to be on shaky ground all the time.
And this stuff, some of this stuff is good, is expected. Like the market can't just go straight up forever.
Absolutely.
Like there's got to be some pullbacks in it.
It's gone straight up for a decade, a decade and a half, and people have to realize this is the normal built-in stuff of the market. It's not going to continue to go up forever.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bumpy ride, but the good news is it always does go up.
Yeah.
Eventually. I mean, it's never not recovered from some kind of a correction.
Yep.
But the choppy ride is what really gets people.
0% interest rates aren't something that you want
That's not normal.
to stick around forever.
That's not normal. And we're not going to have them. We've been told by the Federal Reserve this year we're going to have 3, 4, 5, some kind of interest rate hike. They're going to quote unquote normalize. If you have a CD, if you have a savings account, what have you been getting for the last decade? Nothing, right?
Yeah.
Car loans, no kind of interest rate on those kind of things. That's not going to stick around forever.
It'll be interesting to see people my age, right? We don't know what high interest rates are, right?
Yeah.
So if you're younger, if you were born after the 80s, right, or in 2000 time frame, like higher interest rates of something you don't even know what it is.
I know it's crazy because some of us who have more wisdom, let's say, maybe that's a nice way of saying age. Some of us who are aged can remember the 80s. Remember the 1980s when you could get 12% rate of return on your passbook savings account.
Yeah.
Now this guy he's not old enough to know what a passbook savings account
what
is.
That?
It was a cool little book you'd carry into the bank, and they had a ledger, and you would say, I need to put in $100, and they'd take it, and they'd run a $100 deposit for you. It's like a checkbook register.
Do people still keep the checkbook registers?
Yeah, see, they don't know what a checkbook is. This is bad. Well, back then, your passbook savings account was paying 12%, but your mortgage was 18%. Now, I know you like real estate.
Yeah,
you've owned some real estate.
Oh.
Let me ask you something. Tomorrow you find just a gem of a real estate deal, and you're not going to pass on it. So you call up your banker. You said, I need to borrow some money for a piece of real estate. And he says, got you covered, Kendall.
Yeah.
I'm only going to charge you 18% on a mortgage. What would you say to that guy?
You're
out of your mind, right?
I'm out of my mind.
That was the reality of the 1980s.
It would take a lot more to make that deal work. I know that.
That was the reality of the 80s. And then where did mortgages go? I don't know what you can get one for today. They're low, 2, 3, 4%. I don't know. They're low.
To the interest rate point, though, and maybe this isn't really what the show's about, but and I don't have the numbers memorized for sure, but basically the conversation was around the real estate market and how houses just keep going up in price and how are they going to be affordable. And the fact of the matter is that interest rates have been so low that people can afford a much more of a house than what they used to be able to.
Yeah.
And so thankfully, all the loan products that we have now are all fixed for the most part and locked in. And so when interest rates start going up, these folks that have bought these houses, payments aren't going to change. But interest rates start going up, you might see the housing market level off a little bit, or it's going to become less affordable to folks that are
people will have to
houses.
allocate more of their funds towards housing.
Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure. And so what the people that are going to get, the people could get pinched in that are those who do not have a financial plan.
Yeah.
They've got maybe a portfolio. Somebody built a portfolio for them, and it's going up or it's going down or it's going sideways. It's going someplace. But you have to have a financial plan that says, what if interest rates take off? Do I have enough income? What if taxes take off? Do I have enough income? What if the stock market does this, that, or that? Do I have enough certainty in my plan that I can lay my head down at night and be okay with that?
Yeah. So I was just doing this. So you borrow $200,000 for 30 years at 3%. It's a payment of $850. If you do it at 5%, it's $1,100.
Yeah, that's just pure interest going out the door.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. And that's why car prices, for example, the last crazy where car prices have gone, right? It's a supply and demand issue. It's also, though, people can afford more car because less of their payments going towards interest, more payments going towards more car.
Sure.
So we're starting to see that too.
Yeah. So having a plan, making sure you've got those things, the making sure you know where your income's coming from, making sure you understand how much risk you have, making sure you've got the tax thing figured out. Taxes are going up. We've said it over and over and over and over and over again. Taxes are going up. Making sure you have a plan there. Probably one of the biggest things is healthcare costs. We don't know where those are going.
We don't
Here's
think
what
they're
I
going
found.
down.
Right, so in our firm, we used to do a lot of like life insurance, long term care type planning, things like that. And then recently, we brought in someone to do Medicare. And so people are always talking about healthcare costs in retirement. Here's what I found out: if you just do the right things, it's totally manageable.
Absolutely.
There's
it
not
is.
really that many unknowns.
Absolutely. I agree with that. You've mitigated the risk before the risk happened.
Yeah.
You took away the risk. For example, simple analogy that just slams the door shut on what you just said.
Yeah.
If I did go buy a new car today, the very first phone call I'm going to make after I buy that car is to who? My insurance guy. Because he's going to then quote me a price. It's going to be a set price. If I go out and crash that car up, the risk of that is gone. I've transferred the risk of that to that insurance company, right?
Yep.
I've already planned for that. That's one of those what ifs in the financial plan. So that's a simple analogy to say I bought a new car, I ran the crazy thing into a brick wall someplace. Well, nobody likes that, but the risk financially to me, it was gone because I made the step to make a plan back here by calling my insurance guy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the financial plan.
Yep.
We can take some of those risks away.
Makes sense. What else? We got anything else for people right now in terms of uncertainty in the world, really, not just the market and stuff like that?
It's going to be this way
Yeah.
till death do us part. Now it'll ebb and flow, right? Right now we're at a high point. We think we are. Could go higher.
We're going to pay a lot for gas for a little while.
Gas is going to be high for a while.
Eventually, it's going to come down.
Inflation is going to be there for a while. It'll come down. Interest rates will begin to go up. We
They have
know
to,
this.
don't they?
Yes, they're already starting. The Federal Reserve has made the announcement they're going to do this. So when you have a rising interest rate environment, you have a rising inflationary environment, you have a market that's already rocking and rolling from the uncertainties of the stuff going on in the world, the number one thing you can do, the number one thing you should not do, is make emotional decisions. Instead, put a financial plan in place that when you look at it, you go, if taxes happen, I'm good.
Yep.
If inflation keeps happening, I'm good. If the market goes up and down sideways, I'm good. If Russia and Ukraine or the next whatever virus happens, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's that rock that I was mentioning earlier. We can wrap our arms around and we can be okay.
Be proactive, right? So like right now, as of recording, it's March 2022, and the folks that have a plan that have put things in place, some of them have some dry powder. Like right now is a good time when the market's down to potentially put some in.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity.
Depending on, I can't talk
It's a
today.
very good
I'm
opportunity.
just going to let you talk the rest of the show.
Yeah. I will tell you that when a person has a financial plan
Yeah.
and these things come up, it may not be political, geopolitical, worldwide events, but the things that happen in your own life.
Exactly. Yep.
You have a spouse that passes away. You have a medical scare. You have those things. You can refer back to this plan and say, well, as much as we don't like that event in life, at least we planned for it.
Yep.
At least we know it's there. We're going to be okay.
Yep. So we put together a little piece of paper, I guess.
It's
white
a download.
page, download.
It's called
whatever we call
Retiring
it.
in Uncertain Times.
You can go to
Retire. Yep, go ahead. I'm sorry.
retirewith210.com, and you can go download that, and it'll walk you through a few things to look at and check out and make sure you're on the right track.
There are some other downloads there. You're welcome to utilize those. But this one, again, is called Retiring in Uncertain Times, the do's and the don'ts to help safeguard your future. It's a really powerful download. So you're welcome to get that. That's free of charge to you.
Yeah. What else? Anything else?
Yeah. Uncertainty can bring opportunity.
Amen.
Uncertainty planned for can actually be a good thing.
Yep.
So,
For
as
sure.
Kendall mentioned, be proactive.
Yep.
When's a good time? When's the best time to make a financial plan? I always say this. Yesterday. Yesterday's gone, so when's the next best time?
Today.
Right now.
Yep.
Our phone ought to be ringing like right now. Like
Yeah.
go to the phone like right now, right?
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it yet either, so. No, seriously, get a financial plan. That will smooth out a lot of those rough spots.
All right. Tip of
Good
the
show.
day today. What do you got?
Okay, here's the tip of the day. I'm going to speak to the grandparents for a moment.
Okay.
Happened last night. Had my grandboys with me. My grandsons Kai and Cash. These boys, I'll tell you, if you know me, anybody that's watching that knows me, those little dudes are my life. So Kai's 4 and Cash, he's 1. And we went out for pizza last night as a family. Well, afterwards, Kai says to me, Papa, can we get some ice cream? What do you think the answer was?
It was
Well,
yes.
of course. I mean, whatever he asked.
Then you gave him yours too to melt
This is
in
the
the
point.
truck on
Here's
the way home.
Here's the tip of the day. Okay, here's the tip of the day. Order 2 different flavored Dilly bars.
Okay.
That's the tip.
All right.
He likes chocolate Dilly bars. Papa likes cherry Dilly bars.
Yeah.
So he says, Papa, I don't like cherry. I said, all right, get chocolate, buddy. I'll get the cherry. You can taste mine. If you like it, we'll switch.
Yeah.
So he eats all of his.
Yeah.
Then he comes to me and says, hey, Papa, you think I could take your Dilly bar home too? I said, you know you can, buddy. The tip of the day is buy 2 different Dilly bars, 1 of each flavor. You will be the grandpa of the century. That little dude, he knows he knows where his bread is buttered.
He knows. It's bad. Then
It's
it melted
good.
in the truck on the way home.
It's okay. It wasn't my truck.
I hope we
it's
put
your
that in the
truck.
freezer last night. I hope it's not still in my truck.
The tip of the day is get 2 different flavored Dilly bars and get a plan.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Again, go to retirewith210.com, download this Retiring in Uncertain Times, and apply the things that we're teaching.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.